came to class? Remember, this is just what, executive summary, y'all looking at that?
We can't see you guys doing it.
It's frozen now. So executive summary. Hold on, guys, hold on. A lot of chatter. Hey, ma'am. Are you okay? I'm trying to help you out. This is y'all. What's so funny? I'm trying to help y'all out. What's so funny? I'm trying to help y'all out.
He said, can you change the background to white?
No, I'm just trying to show you how it's supposed to look.
Thank you.
No, but just move up. If you can't see, do something.
But you can make it bigger.
Yeah, he tried to, he said no. Do the green button.
Oh, you don't want nobody to steal your business.
This is 20 years ago.
What are we doing?
I can't see. What's not going to show you? I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you can do again slash.
Talk about all that, opportunities, threats, marketing strategy, you know. It was pretty in depth, right? You know, my exit strategy, then I had, financials, supporting documents, here's my little money that I thought about making and how I was going to, produce that. And then there's a table of contents. All right, so pretty in depth. It's not like a, one-page document where you have to, I just want to make sure you're all on the same page. Any questions?
Thank you.
Any questions? Trying to help y'all out. Yep.
What was the mom?
Nobody has their own business. Anybody ever had a job?
Does like, I don't know, like, does doing hair make it seem like it's your own business?
I'm not making it seem like a joke.
I didn't say making it seem like a joke.
Oh.
I'm saying, is like doing hair a business?
I think that's for a book. I pay for a book.
Yeah.
I think so. You have your hair own company? You have your own hair company?
I pay for a booth.
You do hair?
Yeah.
So what's important? Like, how important is hiring the right person to manage and stuff?
It's self.
Okay.
That's why
Okay, anybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
We have child care.
You have a child care business? How important is that to have the right child care people? Right? How important? I'm asking. How important is the process of hiring the right person to manage? You can't be there.
You have to be in 45. Business to stand the person, stay a long time.
No.
And then you make more money.
With the right people, right? Right. So people, right? This is a very important concept. People determine your business, right? Hiring the right people, how we recruit, all these processes are important. Okay. You guys are going to get into these retail pharmacies, and hopefully you guys remember this. Here we go. We're going to discuss effective employment screening and evaluation methods, and discuss how to develop a plan for filling a pharmacy. Was that Ms. Latifat? Is everything okay? Ms. Latifat, are you okay? Are you sleepy? Am I boring you? I thought you were pretty fun. No? I'm bored. I like your outfit. You're looking really nice. Alright, don't lose a grade. Alright, here we go. Introduction. So we talked a little bit about it. So successful and profitable organizations, what do? They set themselves apart from competitors by hiring the right people, right? I was a good hire in CVS. Why? Why do you think I was a good hire? Still working, and I'm pretty successful in this company, to be honest with you. At such a young age, I've done things, quickly that people, have done. So I was a good hire. They looked at me. I remember my interview was here at TSU. They looked at me and said, hey, man, this guy got a lot of potential, right? Most successful pharmacy practices appreciate that talented employees provide a competitive advantage and use thoughtful, well-organized, and talented approaches, to hiring. So we're going to look at that. Hiring process. Effective hiring is a multi-step process, right? It looks at the current staffing needs in each model, each store. It looks at the staffing needs. You have like position requirements, like lead texts and different things, right? Decides who will be involved in the hiring process, and then we'll develop, develop a sourcing strategy, when you're looking at this multi-step process. Also, there's a screening criteria, right, an evaluation process that must happen. We talk about money, right? So we negotiate an employment offer, provide a thorough and welcome orientation experience, and evaluate the effectiveness of the hiring process. Step one, looking at the current staffing needs, right? So if we're looking, at different stores, let's take retail for an example. How do you define a current staffing need? How do you know what's a current staffing need? Talk to me. Talk back to me. You on the phone with Mary? You on Instagram? Snapchat. How do you know a need for retail?
You're not producing at your competitor's rate.
We're not producing at the competitor. How does that
Or
define?
maybe, at least you're not meeting the quota of what the store needs you to meet. So maybe you're down in staffing and you need more staff.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it. Anybody else? Unless you write down. I'm asking, what is a good one? How do you know if you need a staffing need? Like if you're a PIC. When you become a PIC, most of you guys will become PICs out of school. Or, you're not meeting your metrics, so you need to fire everybody
or change something.
Something's not working, right? And so, hey, Alexis, she's all right. Maybe I need to, put somebody else to kind of help Alexis, right? Very important. But you have to define a need. CBS, we have something called the roster guidelines. We look at what the current script count in each store is doing. So a store that does, remind me of your name, Lord Jesus. Sir, 6240, CBS. Sir, what's your name? I'm sorry. Anthony, yeah. So your store has a lot of technicians at the store. I mean, they do probably 4,000 or so scripts. Your technician roster guidelines from a full-time and part-time standpoint is gonna, he's gonna have a lot of full-time versus, part-time, right? Versus a store that doesn't do that much volume, maybe does, not like a Target. Anybody ever worked in a Target or seen? They don't do a lot of scripts. They do like 600, 700 scripts a week. And so we'll give them less payroll. Are you looking at Target? What you looking at? Is that Target? Oh, that's TSU. Yeah, Recruitment. Okay. So a Target like that won't necessarily need, that much payroll to be able to get the job done. Does that make sense? So it's based on that. That's how we look at it. But rushing to hire a replacement can result in filling a role that's not actually needed or hiring the wrong person. I do it all the time. When you hire out of desperation, you get bad quality, right? What's the best time to hire, you think? What's the best time to hire, Amber? The Astros just won the championship. What's the best time to hire? Right now. Why?
Because you got money.
Got money, no.
I say because you're hot, you got a lot of attention. You know what I mean?
Kinda, but you don't have a need. We just won the championship. Why do we care? So now we're trying to upgrade. Now, Stephanie's school, but let me see what Autumn can do. Let me push, see what, I'm getting the cream of the crop right now, right? That's the best time to hire, right? I don't know what it says. But okay, when the wrong person is hired, the organization may expose unnecessary liability. Thoughtful, prudent hiring practices produce better results. So that's the same thing I'm trying to say. Here we go. Did I miss this slide? Here we go. Clearly and definitive documenting these tasks and responsibilities are critical to a position's success. So once you make that person, you hire that person as a lead tech or that pharmacy manager, whatever the case is, your job is to clearly identify what they're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis. Because if they start to mess up, right, you have to go back, hey, you signed on at this job, right? You said you were going to do X, Y, Z. I want to make sure you know what you're signing on at. Always read those, your contracts. You'll see, you get people all the time, CBS, when they say, hey, I thought I was going to get paid for working overtime. I stayed at the store for 3 more hours to clear up. I thought I was going to get paid. In your contract, it says non-exempt or exempt colleague. That means you get paid, that's it. That's all you're going to get. All right? We get people all the time. All the time. It is what it is. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. No. But it is what it is. That's how we get it. Right? Here we go. A well-designed job description is important foundation for recruitment, selection, compensation, training requirements, and performance evaluation programs. Very important. I'm doing reviews for my team right now, right? What am I going back to when I do my reviews for all my pharmacists? What do you guys think? What did you say? Okay, what specific performance am I going back to?
Productivity.
Kinda, but I'm going back to that job. Did you do the job? I gave you very specific things to do at the job. You didn't do the job. So I'm gonna give you a needs improvement, or I'm gonna give you a meets expectation. I'm gonna say, hey, Kiana, you did amazing this year. You've grown the business. I think you could do my job one day. Let's put a plan in place to do that, right? So we look at all that, but you gotta write, you gotta define that position. Very important. Any questions? All right. Rather than reuse an old job description, right? Let's assess current demands of the position, right? We talked about change is what? In pharmacy.
Constant.
Cindy, I need you to talk to me. You come to class. I want you to talk to me today. Talk to me about this hiring, okay? I'm calling on you next. So change is constant. So there may be, what was old last year's job description may not be this year's job description, right? So always assess current demands, no changes in technology that may have occurred, and incorporate new skills and duties that may be required. Essential function of the job, right? So defining this position again, our key component to a job description. So let's look at pharmacists. What do you think is the key? I'm a retail pharmacist, right? So what do you think is, our hospital? What do you think is like, we talked about communication, we talked about, timeliness. I think Ms. Jasmine said. What else? What are some key components? This will be on the exam. Let's do some. What else is a key component to pharmacists? What do you guys think I look for? Huh? How do you know efficiency? That's what you said.
Efficiency.
How do you know they can do patient safety in the interview? How do you know that?
Based on the questions you asked.
What questions? Okay. What questions can I ask to There's not a lot.
Well, is there ever a time you dealt with
behavior-based questions?
Yeah.
Love it, right? So I always ask behavior-based questions on that exam. Amber, before you leave, this is very important. Okay, this is good to get out of here. All right. All right, we'll wait to see. But today was the exam. Did you report it today? Okay. All right. So you could have took the exam. You would have been done by my portion at least. Very good. Oh, you thought his question was hard? I had his question. Oh, but you about to leave. Yeah. Okay. All right. So all jokes aside. Thanks for coming today, by the way. What else is important? What else did you say? What else is important? So behavior-based questions, I agree. What else?
How about integrity?
Integrity. How do you judge a person?
Just knowledge-based question.
Knowledge-based questions?
Yeah.
Personal? How do you know? They can lie.
Or behavioral, like.
They can lie. Yeah, man. I show up every time. I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna know? You will never know in an interview. This will be the exam question. You will never know. You're gonna get it wrong 110% of the time because you're taking the gander. Yes, sir. Ms. Abbott.
I was going to say, check your references.
Love it. So you can also call references. So every resume should have references at the bottom. Hey, but hey, most of those references are who? Family. Stephanie may put Autumn on there. Autumn may be the manager and all that. I see it all the time. What?
Is that really?
Yes,
Really?
where you been?
Are you kidding me? I see it all the time. Hey, tell me about when this person worked at Kroger. This person ain't never worked at Kroger. Just graduated.
That's how they
He was
answer
an
it.
amazing
No.
team player.
Are you kidding me? Where y'all at? Y'all in La La Land?
Yeah.
All the time, especially at the technician level. All the time. There's no way to get it right. That's what I'm trying to get you to see me. There's no way to get it right. You're taking a gamble. You have to have a feeling. It's all feeling based. Trust me. You're going to get it wrong. I guarantee you're going to get it wrong. And what do? You got to have a contingency plan. Okay, if this person works out, I used to hire, when I was a pharmacy manager, I used to hire somebody every week. And you may be like, Jason, can I leave? Why are you hiring everybody? Because I wanted to get so staffed up that everybody was nervous when I used to make that next hire. And I gave the hours to the best person. Y'all may say, Jason, that's crazy. No, you got to keep people on their toes, all right? There's 1,000 technicians out there. 1,000. We got to go find them. All right? Any questions on that? So being able to do this is kind of just, basic knowledge, right? Decide who will be involved in the hiring process. I'm back in retail right now. Who needs to be involved in the hiring process? Forget what it says. Who needs to be involved in that hiring process? Pharmacy manager. What else?
At least one technician.
One technician. Why? Why is that technician important?
Because, you know, they represent the other technicians.
That's right. That's right. Hey, this person may not fit our culture. You know, it seems like he's a little bit, doesn't fit our culture, right? Simi, what else? Store manager. Love it, right? Why is that store manager important? Come on, Simi, you had a good one. I mean, don't let me down now. Because they're involved in the whole store. This person is working in the store. The store manager is actually involved in, should be involved in everybody who comes in that store. All right? You guys listening? You guys understand that? So look, that's all it says. Determine who will be involved in the hiring process, blah, blah, blah. And one model of involvement is this diagonal, who cares what selection it is? You guys are not going to remember that when you're going to, graduate? I can test you on this question right now. What is the diagonal selection? And you can know it, and then when you get out, you won't even remember let me make sure I'm doing the diagonal section. Then make sure you're not going to remember that. Just remember what I said, right? Find out who's involved. The test question will be who's involved in this case study. We need a case study. Who is involved? Who needs to be involved in the thing? And I'll tell y'all. All right? Come on, walk with me. Come on now. Then it says goal is to get a multi-dimensional. What is a multi-dimensional? We just talked about it. Store manager's in the front. That's a technician, right? She's a tech, right? And all these other things. What are you? Right now. Hiring official, right? So organizations differ as to who is to grant this employment offer. CVS, who does it? Who do you guys think does it? If I'm doing a pharmacist, if I'm hiring a pharmacist, who sends out that offer? Me, absolutely. The district manager sends out the offer, right? So that's why, if you guys interview, everybody interviewed? Everybody interviewed for a job? Who doesn't have a job? Raise your hand, let me see that. Y'all don't have a job? Why not? Why y'all don't have a job? No, I'm saying after school. Like you should be getting your offer letters now, right?
No.
Oh, y'all P3s. Okay, that was a joke. Okay. All right. So P4s. So P4s, you'll start getting everybody nervous. Like, I get my letter. P4s, right around this time, I start sending out their offer letters. I'll do like final interviews and I'll say, hey, Alexis, she was bad in class. I don't know if I'm really Mr. Abbott, he actually was in the back and he moved in the front. Like, that shows me that he's got, by golly, he's gonna be a good candidate. So next time I want to see you up in the front with Miss Tiani. By God. All right, so listen, we start